Is your mom overprotective of you?
Yes.
All right. And
let's do a little analysis. Let's bring in our guests. Joining us tonight in Los Angeles, California, forensic psychiatrist, trial expert witness, and columnist Dr. Carole Lieberman. Dr. Carole Lieberman, what do you think? Let's start. Donna and Charlie, do you think they're trying to control Wendy's life? What is this relationship like? What is this relationship about?
Well, I think, first of all, that the mother is certainly, overprotective. She was using a euphemism. She didn't want to admit that the mother was controlling, but clearly she is. And I think Charlie, in that phone call, he has an unrealistic sense of an ego that is way too big for really reality. And he's putting his sister down in the meantime. There were 3 siblings, so obviously there was competition amongst them for their mother's love, their father's love as well, but especially the mother. She ruled the roost. And so that's why, and he's a mama's boy. He obviously was the closest one to her.
Dr. Carole Lieberman, so as we're looking at this, right, and we're hearing all this evidence, and we're trying to understand who is calling the shots here. Mm-hmm. We've got Charlie and Donna and then Wendy. Does it seem like they're all on the same page, or does it seem like Donna and Charlie are sort of moving Wendy around and sort of taking her and steering her and controlling her?
Well, the relationships amongst the 3 of them are very tenuous, in the sense that in some ways they love each other and they want to take care of each other and all that, but there's also some resentment there. And I think that relates to Charlie deciding to testify for himself. That's going to be, obviously, the game changer, not just in the usual way that, when a defendant testifies, it can go either way. But what I think is there either 3 things can happen. Either he's going to fall on his sword and take the blame and protect his mother and his sister from, being charged, being called to the stand, and so on. Because as things are as the trial is winding down, there's more suspicion to his mother and his sister. Or he's finally going to act out on the resentment that he's felt towards his mother all those years for controlling him. And implicate her. Or third, he somehow, just like he was talking about how he could get all these women, he has this inflated idea of he can take the stand and he can fool them, and he can, even though he's guilty, he can fool everybody and come out smelling like a rose.
We shall see. Big day tomorrow. All right, Dr. Carole Lieberman, if you believe, again, the prosecution's theory and evidence in this case, who's the driving force, calling the shots, the ultimate boss of bosses here?
The mother, of course. And that's some more code, presumably. The money for dinner is money for either for the blackmailer or for the, something to do with the murder. It's really, this family is so interesting because they are the least likely, if you were, trying to cast a movie or a play, they would be the least likely family for you to cast as the ones who are the murderers, the blackmail, the ones who are involved in this kind of a scheme. A Florida dentist. It's just so against type, I guess. You would never cast them. It almost seems like a parody on this whole thing. But obviously this is a very serious business, and the question is, are the children going to revolt finally against their controlling mother? That's the question.
All right. Great. Dr. Carole Lieberman, appreciate your valuable time and your great insight into this case, and we'll see you again really soon.